Alright guys, what's going on? Justin from 79th Productions, and today we're going to be doing everything else to get this car running right. We're going to be installing the fuel pump, we're going to be installing the injectors, the ECU, the chipped ECU. Got the chip from Xenocron, and yeah, we're going to be doing everything to get this car running right before we can take it to the dyno to get tuned, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's get to it. I'm super excited about this. It's been a long time coming, and we're gonna get on it right now. All right guys, so right now we're riding to the muffler shop, and we're trying to keep it at 2,000 RPM because we don't want it to go into boost, and I don't have everything hooked up yet, the chip, the ECU, but I want to get the exhaust hooked up and ran before I hook all of that stuff up. So we're heading over to the muffler shop right now.
The I don't know answer is not good enough when it comes to the
Put him up there to the back of it. I'm gonna keep it off the wall. Ready? That's good right there. Ready? Oh yeah.
All right guys, so we're gonna be hooking up the blowout valve now, and I'm just gonna run this vacuum line to the port on the back of the intake and right here to the top of the blowout valve, and later on I'll be connecting these with fittings, but right now the reason, not fittings but clamps, the reason I didn't put clamps on them right now is because I just want to check if all of this works and if everything's working right, and then later on I'll go and clamp them all up. Guys, now we're gonna hook up the wastegate, and so what I did for this one, I basically just cut this, I put a T connector in between the fuel pressure regulator, this vacuum line right here, and I ran it into the boost controller. And what we're gonna do now is we're just going to, I have another T here, this line is running into the car, that's gonna be the boost gauge, and basically we're just gonna hook this line up into the boost controller, and then we're gonna hook it up right here into the wastegate. And like I said, I'm going to clamp all of this stuff off later. I just didn't do that yet because I want to see if it's running correct, if it's if the boost gauge is reading boost and everything's working the way it should before I clamp. Now all of this stuff is on there pretty tight. It's not going to come off anyways, but we'll clamp it up later just to be safe. And this is running inside the car for the boost gauge. All right guys, so here's a fuel pump that I'm going to be installing. It is a Chemzo fuel pump, and I bought this off eBay for $29.99. I seen a couple other guys using them, and I thought, why not? You know, a couple other YouTubers using them that are running boost, and I figured let's give it a try. Now it's a 340 LPH. I believe that's liters per hour. I'm not sure, but it's a 340. So yeah, it comes with everything, and let's get it in there. All right, guys. So we're here in the back of the car. First thing I did was remove the back seat, and we are going to access the fuel pump. We have to take this panel off, and it's just going to be 4 screws, and that'll be it. So let's get that off. Once the screws are off, you can just prop it up. There's a little bit of silicone on there. Well, it was an old gasket here, so you got to pull up on it a little bit, but be careful when you're pulling it up not to snag this line, these wires or anything like that, and just set it to the side. All right, guys, this is fairly simple. When you're doing this, the fuel pump's going to be in here, and all you're going to want to do is you're going to want to disconnect the clip right there. Now, and there it goes. This one is, all right, guys, now for this one, you're just gonna press these tabs in and pull this back, but mine is kind of on there. I don't know what's going on with it. There it goes. Yeah, pull it back, but be careful not to break these tabs. They shouldn't break, but be careful. Hold them down and just slide it out. There it goes, perfect. Now wear some gloves, because this fuel system, you know, this car, you know, it does have gas in it, so wear gloves. Keep your hands clean. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts that need to come off, and they're gonna come off with a 10 millimeter socket. So now let's get this out. Now there is gas in the car, so you know, let's pull this out, slide it out. Now there is a I'll show it to you guys when I get it out. It makes it a little harder to pull this off with this little screen. Yeah, there you go. You got to kind of angle it back and forth. Okay, now that it got up a little bit, fuel pump comes out. It's not that hard. All right, guys, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reassemble everything now that everything's taken apart. We are just going to, we got the clamps on. We got the hose and the clamp on. Now, here's what we're gonna do. This makes it a lot easier. Just going to push the fuel pump up in there. This is a little bit longer, so it was a pain to do it, but the easiest way to do it was like that. Push it up there, and we'll get this black boot on. We're using the old boot. We'll get that on. Now we're just gonna press that on there, push it in there, and now that we got that on, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this, and you have to mess with it a little bit because that rubber boot is on there, but yeah, it is on there pretty good. So now what we're gonna do, you're gonna push this down. That way this is on there pretty tight. You're gonna press it down as far as you can, and that's it. And then now we are just going to slide our clamps back into place. Clamps are back into place. Now this thing is on there, it's not going anywhere. And just plug this back up. And that's it. Pretty easy, pretty simple. This piece is back on. We got a new hose in there, and now it is ready to go back into the car. Say we're back in the car, and we are just going to slide the pump in, and it's pretty simple. You know, once you slide it in, it's gonna go in a certain way, but there's a little tray down there where you want this to go in there, but we're gonna slide this end in first. Let's make some room for that, and we are going to set it down in there, and this is gonna go on the exact same way it came off. Let's move these hoses. Watch you don't splash gas on yourself. But yeah, really simple, really easy. Let's get that on there. Make sure the rubber gasket under it is sitting on there, because you don't want fuel to jump up. But yeah, there we go, it's on there. So we are going to, let's tighten all these bolts back up. Just gonna put them on there, and we'll tighten them down after they come out. It's gonna just snap right in, and that's it. Once that hole snaps in, it's not gonna come out, and you're gonna set your other holes back on. You can't mix these hoses up because one of them has a snap and one of them has the clamp on it, but we're gonna use those pliers to get that one slid back over. All right, that's on there pretty good. And don't forget to connect this back in. Same way it came off. It's just gonna snap right in there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's upside down. But yeah, can't mess this up. It only goes on one way. Just make sure it's in there, and it won't be able to come out. All right, guys, now that we're all done with that, we are just going to put these 4 screws back in, and we are done. Pretty simple. Very easy install. That the fuel pump is installed, we just want to turn the switch on, and here if we kick it on, there it goes. We can hear that it's on, and let's fire the car up now. And there we go, it's good. All right, guys, so here we go. We have the injectors. They are Most Plus injectors, some cheap injectors I bought off of eBay. They are 440 cc's. It comes with all 4 injectors and comes with the wiring. I'm not sure if I need these, but I'll check out in a minute. You know, I don't know if it connects directly to this, but we'll see. It comes with the connectors as well. And yeah, these were $89, and we'll see how they work. So to remove the injectors, it is actually very simple. The injectors are right here. There's 4 of them, and behind them there is going to be 3 8mm bolts. We're just going to take those off. We're going to move this hose out the way, and the entire fuel rail will just lift up once we got those bolts out, and it'll give us access to the injectors. All right, so now that I've loosened these bolts, you can see the fuel rail is loosened up and moves. Now when you take it out, if you're gonna be doing this, let me show you. There's a little black rubber washer type thing. It's like it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Be careful not to lose those. One already fell out on me, but it'll just drop down and you don't want to lose those. All right guys, so we're just gonna pull these out, and let me get my hand in there to get the so when you pull them out, the washer should come out with it, and just set them aside so you don't lose them. Now that we got those bolts off, it's gonna be as simple as just giving a little tug and the fuel rail will come up. Now for some of you guys, there's also rubber seals in there, so watch those don't drop out if you're gonna be reusing those. And there's some, now gas will come out of it. You can see that gas leaking because there is fuel in the system, but the gas will come out. So yeah, but this is it. And then we just pull the injectors off one by one and take the clips off, and we're good to go. All right, now that we got the fuel rail loose, we're just gonna release these clips and pull the injector out, and it is that simple. Let's get the other 3 out. Alright guys, so here's the new injector. I'm gonna replace these O-rings. Basically, I'm gonna take them out of here, and then when the injector, the O-ring goes inside, and then the injector is just going to sit inside like that. That way you get a perfect seal. I've already done this one. We're on to the next one, and we're just gonna take that out and place this in. And the way it goes in, you'll be able to see there's a little groove inside, and you just sit it in there, press it all the way in, and it's that simple. All right guys, so what I found was I was trying to put it in with the injectors already in, but it's just way easier to press them in to the fuel rail first. It's just a lot easier to do that than to try to push that in while they're on the intake manifold. This way they just slide in one by one pretty easy, and you're not struggling with them. It was a lot easier to do it this way, and the other way I was fighting with it for a couple of minutes. It's still hard to do it this way, but it's just so much easier. It's so much easier to press them in like this. You get a lot more force on them, and that's it. It's super easy to do it that way, and then just sit them in there. Yeah, it's a lot easier to do it like this. Yeah, there it goes. Perfect. Now that we got those injectors in, we are just going to take the washers, put them back in place, and screw this thing down. All right, here's the adapter harnesses. I thought I wasn't going to have to use them, but these They look so similar, but I am gonna have to use them. So let's get these on. And they'll snap in. You'll hear them snap in. Now, with this right here, it's a little hard to push it in, but just push in and it'll snap right in there for you. All right, now we got those harnesses snapped in on the injectors. We are going to hook them up here, and there it goes. That's it. This is really simple. Some kits you might have to solder and rewire and stuff, but this one, it all just plugs right in. And there's really only one way you can snap these in, so there it goes. And this is gonna be it for the injector install. The fuel rail's back on there pretty tight. Let's hook this hose back up, and that is gonna be it. Now you can tie strap this down, or if you want to get them out the way, you know, clean them up a little, maybe shorten them up, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna sit it right there where it is, and maybe put a tie strap in here, and that'll be it. All right guys, so here we are with the ECU that I'm going to be using, and we are going to open this thing up, and I'll show you guys. Now it is chipped. It's going to be running on chrome. Here's the chip. Let me get a little closer. Now the ECU that I'm going to be using is it's a P75 ECU, but it's a OBD1 ECU, and I got it chipped. And basically, let's pull this chip out, because this is the old one. I got this off of a guy for 60 bucks, and we're not going to be using this one, but the new chip that I got from Xenocron is going to be going in there. So here's a new chip that I ordered from Xenocron, and it's just going to press down in here. Really simple. Got to get a little better fitting on the other side, but yeah, that's it. Just presses down in there. Let me press it a little more. There we go, and that's it. It is just going to press down in there just like that, and good to go. Now we're going to start the car and see if this is compatible with the injectors. I got this tuned, so we'll start it and see if it's a base map from Xenocron, so we'll see if it'll fire up now. All right, we're gonna try to start it up with those new injectors and the base map ECU OBD1 with the chrome chip in it. So yeah, let's try to fire it up, see what it does. And there we go. It fired right up, so that's perfect. Yeah. Injectors are working. Everything's going as should. That's pretty good. Tell me what the highest that boost gauge goes up to. Gotcha.
Right above zero. I was on like right at 1.
See how it bogs me out?
Yeah.
right, guys, that wraps up part 2 of the turbo build. Super excited, happy. Car's running good. Car's running great. You know, I do need to take it to the tuners. Like I said before, money is always an option. Well, money's always a problem. You know, I don't have the money to take it to the tuner right now, so can't do that yet. But I'm super excited. The car is running, the turbo is working, everything is working the way it should. Now, it's only for all of you guys who is, oh, you know, you're not supposed to drive the car. I know that, but I talked to the tuners, and before I take the car to them, they said I need to make sure I'm not leaking any boost. I need to make sure there's not any oil leaks. And you know, I'm driving it. I did get a base map. The base map is from Xenocron. I told them all the specs, that I was going to be running 8 pounds of boost and the engine size, turbo size, exhaust size, all of that stuff, injector size. They wanted to know all of that stuff. So, but yeah, let me show you guys. It's I've only driven the car on like, it's like 2-3 pounds of boost right now, but it's great. We did the injector install. Those are working. These are, I picked these up off of eBay, and the brand is Most Plus. I mean, they're made in China, but you know, they came with the adapters for the harness and everything, and you know, I mean, they're working. They are I mean, they were 89 bucks, so I can't complain. We installed the boost gauge, and you know, this basically turns the boost up and down, and we're gonna let the tuners deal with all of that, you know, once I get some more money. And you guys see I had the exhaust welded up. The car sounds great. I love the way the car sounds. It's not as loud as it was. The car is nowhere near, it's so much more quiet than it was before when I didn't have the turbo on the car. But you know, that's what the turbo deadens a lot of that sound, so that sounds great. You know, it doesn't the exhaust doesn't sound as cheap anymore, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, guys, that's it. Really excited, super pumped. The car has come so long. It's come such a long way, and I mean, I think right now, man, right now I probably have like 2,200 bucks into the car, maybe not even, because I sold the old engine. Well, I traded that for some wheels, and I sold those wheels, and I mean, it's making money back, you know, just getting rid of some parts that came off the car. I mean, it's great, but I don't have that much into the car. I probably have $2,000, $2,300 into the car, and yeah, got a turbo kit on there. I just love the sound of it. I'm so pumped up about this. I'm excited, and yeah. But thank you guys for watching. You know, the channel's had some great success over the last couple of months, and I just big thanks to all of you guys who are watching, you know, who are liking the videos, commenting, all of the subscribers. Like, thanks guys. I really appreciate you, and I love where the channel's going, and I'm really excited about it, and I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it, and we're gonna wrap this video up here. And the next one, I gotta start working on the interior. I took everything out of the car, and I took everything out of the car to do the interior. I'm gonna dye the carpet. I'm gonna redo the headliner. I got a lot of stuff that I'm gonna do to it. So yeah, we'll see. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So now, like I said, once again, the dyno, it's gonna have to wait till I get some more money. These things are, you know, I think the dyno's like maybe like $400 to $700. The guy said it was gonna cost, so we'll see. Don't really have that much money to throw into the car, and funds are limited, so we'll see. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at 79th Productions, and if you want to help out, you could pick up some merchandise. The link will be in the description. And yeah, guys, thanks. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.